Hi everyone, and welcome back. In this video, I'll show you how to fix a corrupted Microsoft SQL Server database using two approaches: the native DBCC CHECKDB command and a dedicated repair tool called Stellar Repair for MS SQL. We'll start with a healthy database, introduce corruption, look at the error messages SQL Server returns, and then recover the data step by step. Here I have a database called SalesDB with some typical tables: customers, orders, and order details, and real data that an application depends on. To confirm that everything is working, I'll run two simple queries. Select top 100. From salesdb.debo.customers, select top 100. From salesdb.debo.orders. The queries run without errors and return rows normally. Now let's jump to the point where something has gone wrong. Users are reporting problems, and when I query the orders table, I see this message: MSG 824, level 24, state 2. SQL Server detected a logical consistency-based I/O error. That's SQL Server's way of saying, I tried to read data from disk, and what I found is corrupted. One or more pages can no longer be trusted. Whenever you see this kind of error, the first thing you should do is run DBCC CHECKDB to check the integrity of the database. DBCC CHECKDB SalesDB with no info MSGs, all error MSGs. DBCC CHECKDB is the built-in consistency check. It scans the database and reports structural problems it finds. When it finishes, it lists the consistency errors and shows which objects are affected. At this point, we know for sure that SalesDB is corrupted. The next question is, can SQL Server fix this by itself? After running DBCC CHECKDB, we either still have errors or we had to accept data loss. If there isn't a recent clean backup to restore from, we need another option. This is where Stellar Repair for MS SQL comes in. Stellar Repair for MS SQL is a specialized tool for repairing Microsoft SQL Server databases. Instead of working through SQL Server, it opens the corrupted MDF file, the main database file, and scans it to recover tables, views, triggers, and other objects. Here's how I use it with the damaged SalesDB database. First, I open Stellar Repair for MS SQL and select the corrupted MDF file for SalesDB. If I don't know the exact path, I can use the Find option to search for MDF files on the server. Then I start the scan. Stellar Repair for MS SQL reads the damaged file, analyzes the internal structures, and identifies what can be recovered. The original file is not changed during this process. When the scan completes, I get a preview of the recovered database. On the left, I see a tree of database objects. On the right, I can open tables like customers and orders and view their rows. This preview lets me check that important tables and records are there before I save anything back to a SQL Server instance. I can quickly verify that the critical data looks correct. Once I'm happy with the preview, I can save the repaired data. In this demo, I'll save it as a new database called SalesDB Repaired. From within Stellar Repair for MS SQL, I connect to my Microsoft SQL Server instance, enter my credentials, and choose to create the repaired database directly on the server. The tool takes the recovered structures and data and builds a fresh database that is separate from the corrupted one. The original SalesDB remains untouched. After the save finishes, I switch back to SQL Server Management Studio and refresh the databases list. Now I can see SalesDBREPAIRED alongside the original database. Now the queries run successfully and the tables open without errors. The data that was inaccessible because of corruption is available again. This time, CHECKDB finishes without reporting consistency errors, which confirms that the repaired database is healthy. If you found this walkthrough helpful, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and check the link in the description to learn more about Stellar Repair for MS SQL or to download a trial and test it on your own databases.